Have you ever received any bad news? Chances are, if you've read the newspaper lately, flipped through the channels of your TV, you've heard plenty of bad news. It was during this week from Passover to Resurrection Sunday that Jesus was with his disciples, and he was about to give them some bad news. He told them that someone sitting at the very table where they were eating was going to betray him and turn him over to the authorities. He also told him that everybody in that room at one point would deny him, turn their back on him. And the worst of all the bad news was that he was going away. And where he was going, they couldn't come. And so he followed that up in chapter 14, verse 1, where he said these words. He said, "Let not your heart be troubled." He was saying to them, listen, you've gotten some bad news, but listen, let not your heart be troubled. You believe in God, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would not have told you. I go and prepare a place for you. And if I go to prepare a place for you, I will come back and receive you, so that where I am, you may be also. He was telling them amidst all the bad news, there's good news. And he was telling them in the midst of all the trouble of life, they can live with an untroubled heart. He begins to finish this discourse with them in chapter 14. They have many questions. He answers a few of them. I encourage you to read it for yourself. And at the end of the chapter, he repeats those very same words that he spoke in verse 1. Except he added a word this time. He said, "Let not your hearts be troubled, nor be afraid." Don't be afraid in the midst of all the bad news. Don't be afraid or troubled in the midst of all the chaos. Jesus was saying, I'm going to leave something with you. I'm going to leave you my peace. Through his Spirit, he was saying, my peace I leave you, my peace I give to you. You know, that peace is available to you and to I today. We certainly live in a world that's troubled. But the same promise to his disciples that week between Passover and Resurrection Sunday is the same promise he leaves to you, friend, and to me. And that we can live in this troubled world with an untroubled heart. All we have to do is believe. Those were his words. Believe also in me. Believe in my promises. Believe in my words. Believe the good news amidst the bad news. Makes you overcomers in Christ. May you be blessed today. May you be an overcomer. And may in the trouble of this world, you live also with an untroubled heart through your belief in Christ Jesus.